Why, hello there, everyone, and welcome to part 1 of Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. Dun dun dun! For any of you that have been living under a rock recently, this is Igarashi's Kickstarter project. He's the guy that made Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and Bloodstained Curse of the Moon was one of the Kickstarter goals, and I actually played Bloodstained Curse of the Moon last Halloween. So if you haven't seen that yet and you want to, I put the link in the description so you can go ahead and watch that first. Ritual of the Night was originally supposed to be a direct sequel to Curse of the Moon, in that the events that take place in this game happen immediately after Curse of the Moon. However, I heard that this actually takes place in a different universe because he ended up changing things around. I assume he didn't want to limit himself creatively by constraining himself to stuff that would make sense immediately following the last game. But anyways, I'm getting started a little late compared to everyone else. I'm a little late to the party because I got the game a week later because I'm playing the game on the Switch right now because I wanted it on the Switch. And the Switch version released a week later after the PS4 version. And so, in addition to me getting the game a week late, the Switch release date was the 25th of June, which was also the release date for Samurai Showdown. And so, of course, Samurai Showdown had to take precedence, so Samurai Showdown is the game I'm currently streaming, so I allocated Samurai Showdown as the stream game, and this game is the next. I allocated this game as the next Let's Play on YouTube, the YouTube exclusive. So anyways, let's actually start it. For real, game start though. Configuration. Doubt there's going to be anything I want to change here. Volume. This game is actually really loud for some reason. I had to change the audio settings. Let's leave it at default for now. And if there's something that I want to change later, I will do it. Blood, you can change the blood color. That's interesting. Lots of different colors. That's interesting. Maybe some people that have a phobia to blood, maybe some people that feel lightheaded when they see blood could make it a different color and mitigate that maybe. Or maybe it's to get around certain censorship things, or I know for Mortal Kombat, the violence detectors on YouTube detect the blood in Mortal Kombat and prevent those videos from being monetized. But I doubt this game would trigger that. I think it's just Mortal Kombat, honestly. Let's leave everything default. I just wanted to check it out. Right. Store defaults. Yes. Be back. I'm used to playing on the PS4. Have to remind myself B is on the bottom. Okay. A lot of files here. Also, I haven't even started a file yet, but between the title screen and the save file select screen, very thematic so far. Already super gothic, which I like. And that Miriam is the name of the main character, so let's leave it like that. ZR backer ID. I wonder if you've gotten a backer ID. If it could be like a cheat code, basically, if you enter your backer ID name and then maybe certain things open up. Maybe there's like a special room in the game where you can enter it and there is like a little shrine or something dedicated to the backers. But yeah, let's stick with the default name. Yes. Normal, hard. Oh, hard and nightmare is locked, I guess, until you beat the game on normal. Preventing the temptation from the start. Okay. I think I would have done hard if all these were allowed, just because hard is in the middle. But let's do normal. Healing items like potions. One additional attack while backstepping. We read that one already. And again, this is the Switch version. So I don't know if there are any differences between the loading times on the Switch version or the other versions.
The Industrial Revolution ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass, but not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to demonkind. Countless innocents died, and though the church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected. As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, two survived. Gebel, the boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal. And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years have passed. Mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Gebel is the architect of this new, bloodstained ritual,
It's the title!
Miriam and the alchemist Johannes set forth for the accursed castle.
Kind of.
Their galleon cuts through the water, lancing towards the inevitable.
Johannes, are you certain it was...
Okay, so after seeing and listening to the opening exposition there, I'm thinking I'm going to immediately change the audio settings and make the voice volume a lot louder than everything else, because the audio mixing seemed a bit in a way where the voice seemed low, that's what I'm saying. And also, this opening part here, I've actually seen this opening level before, because I watched a gameplay demo a while back. There was a gameplay demo, which was this opening level. But of course, it didn't look as good as it does now, because it was very early. It was a very, very early build of the game.
It was Gebel's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him. He's a good soul.
The voice acting seems pretty good so far. And also, speaking of voice acting, David Hayter actually voices Zongetz, which is a character that'll show up later. And there was actually an announcement that you can play as Zongetz, but I don't know if you can play as him on the first playthrough or if you have to unlock him as a playable character. But Zongetz was a sword user from Curse of the Moon.
I know how you feel. But the facts are apparent. And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to, there's no forgiving it.
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead. If Gebel is responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
Listen to the creaking of this ship. If it's one thing I like about Metroidvanias, it's how atmospheric they can be, and already the sound design of the ship creaking is doing its job.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
Well, look, the eye is still there on the text box. Is that normal?
But
No, it's
I'm
not.
the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced, arcane. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
Okay, so the chest is... Where's the chest? This looks like a sensor bar over it. Is that just me? It looks like there's a black sensor bar over the chest here. It's right here. It must be a barrel. That must be a barrel behind some box that's shadowed or something. But because they primed me to think about a chest that looked like the top part of a chest. It's funny. Okay. Press... Which part of the D-pad? Huh? Oh, plus, start. I was thinking of the D-pad for a moment. Equipment, pretty self-explanatory. But can you only have one item equipped at once? Choose knife. Let's try both out. Of course, nothing for these slots yet.
Good. You're prepared. The next order of business is to...
I'll take care of it.
Shard. A crystallized form of demon power. It cannot be handled by an ordinary human being. Press X to trigger a projectile magic. Consumes MP. Cerulean Splash. Launch a bouncing ball of water at enemies. So this is a pretty big mechanic in the game.
I'd forgotten the way it felt. Like uninvited claws scraping across my bones.
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal embedded in your body. The strength you gain from it is undeniable, but eventually, the crystal will devour you.
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
I know my body's limits better than anyone, and I'm going to need all the power I can get. And if I run into trouble, you can help me. You've done it before. You'll do it again.
Thanks for giving me a choice in the matter. Well, I won't let you down. Not if I can help it. Just promise you won't push yourself.
Rip.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have infested the ship.
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine. I'll wipe the deck with them.
Swab the deck. I'll swab the poop deck with them. So, okay, so this is the knife. Pretty short range. I doubt the shoes are any better in terms of range, though. Let's try both out, though. It looks like the shoe actually has more range because I'm using a kick. Let's do that. Galleon Minerva. And already I can say the platforming, well, I haven't done any actual platforming. Now I have. The platforming and the controls feel pretty good, as you would expect. It feels like Castlevania. Ocean.
This device responds to magic. Maybe I just need to hold my hand up to it.
Wait, what? Certain doors that are opened by holding Miriam's arm in front of it. Tilt R to designate direction. Huh? Do I have to hit the blue part? Oh, okay, you can... It's not just left and right, but any direction. Okay. Already making use of that 2.5D by having creatures crawl in on the foreground. Oof. Oh, that's a platform. Oof. And it looks like there is a bestiary. Bestiary, bestiary. I've never heard it pronounced, but... Bestiary as in an encyclopedia of the enemies in the game. Nice. See if that's any better. It's better than nothing. Oh, what? Okay. I was just kicking that wall just because. I don't know what enticed me to kick the wall, but it was obviously the right decision. Ooh. I can't wait till I get a weapon with bigger range. I hope all the weapon types are viable, though. But obviously, there's going to be a whip. Because Miriam was the whip character in Curse of the Moon. And like I already mentioned, Zonget's is the sword character. But I think she can get swords, too. That's a big enemy. I'm only on the tutorial level! Hang on, I don't know if I should go down first. Oh, okay. He can't hit me from... Oof. So it looks like only the actual spiky part had a hitbox. Rusted ring. Pretty intuitive. Mega Man slide. Tunic. Obviously not. Okay, already this is not very linear. Save room? Hey, that's the thing from the load screen. Look at her sit all proper like. This, the statue in the background must have some significance because its antenna, it looks like antenna. I don't think those are horns, but the antenna is framing the moon above it like a Sumerian sun disk or something like that. And of course the wings are very seraphim-like. So the fact that they have that in the save room and on the load screen obviously is going to have some significance later. I'm calling it. Or they just did it because they thought it looked cool. So, hang on. I have a chest detected, even though I'm not in it. Like, even though I haven't gotten near it yet. So let's do that first. I wonder if I can kill the enemies faster as they're spawning if I do a low attack. Yes, I can. Let's go back down. Wait a minute. Let's look at the map. Is there no way to look at the map? Okay, there is. Why did I not go in there yet? Maybe I should go back. Already backtracking in the tutorial area. Go down first. Also, what is that symbol up there? What is that? What is that symbol? Or what does it indicate? Tried to do a slide there, but it goes in... The slide is the same input for dropping down through a platform, which is why I fell. Cannon Mort. Aim with arm, press zero to activate. Okay. Flame Cannon. So I'm assuming these are equipable spells. Shards. Cerulean Splash. Okay, so... That must just be one that you can activate, but there's a second directional one. It looks like there's a passive one. Familiar would be a familiar that follows you. Don't know what manipulative would be. Maybe more like stuff that you would use to interact with the environment. What was the regular? Hey, I bet I could light that cannon. Don't want to waste all my MP experimenting, but... How do I use Cerulean Splash again? Don't remember that one. It was a different input than this. L is backdash. And you can cancel the backdash with an attack, which is nice. That's MP. A mana rose, excuse me. Let's look at the map again. I want to make sure I'm going to all the optional stuff before I go to the mandatory place. Because I don't want to trigger the boss. I don't want to trigger the boss until I get everything. Materials for crafting, presumably. I wonder if backdashing makes you go fastest. You know, if backdashing's faster than just walking forward. Ow. So there's no knockback, that's good to know. That's actually kind of big, that's kind of huge. The knockback gets you killed so many times in the older games. In the older Castlevania games, I mean. This game is Castlevania in all but name. It's Castlevania in every regard except legally. It's not technically Castlevania, but it basically is. Did I go up there, or... Chest. SP rounds. Oh yeah, I think you can get a gun in this game as well. This looks like a pretty big treasure room. Oh, crud. Can I break this? Do I have to go under it again? I wonder if... Is it possible to jump? Okay, it is. I might have to rebind this because you do this with the right analog stick and jump is B. So it wouldn't be possible to do this and jump without taking your... What I'm doing is I'm moving my left thumb to the right analog stick and pressing B. So R doesn't seem to do anything yet, so I think it would be better to make a shoulder button the jump button so you can do this and still jump and move around at the same time. Well, let's see if R actually winds up getting used for something. Oh, the whole map. Nice. Okay, so yeah, let's definitely go back over to this area before we explore the other half here. I do not remember this tutorial area being this big. They might have, obviously it was a while back when I watched the gameplay demo, but they obviously could have made changes. It could have been a smaller version of the area since it was just a demo. It looks like these things do respawn when you, these lamps do respawn when you leave an area and come back in. In case you need to farm for health or mana or something. Couldn't get that guy last time. There. It looks like all the enemies also respawn. So let's just ignore them for now. I think this is faster. Not that I'm speedrunning the game right now or anything. Didn't hold B long enough. Does the game not actually pause when you look at the map? I don't know, let's try it. Okay, it does pause. Didn't know if it was pulling a Hollow Knight on us. Speaking of Hollow Knight, that's the last Metroidvania I played. Wait, no. I replayed it. No, wait, I played Metroid Prime 2 also. I don't remember if I should go check the dates on those. I don't remember if I played Hollow Knight more recently than Metroid Prime 2. I think Metroid Prime 2 was actually more recent. So yeah, Metroid Prime 2 was the last Metroidvania I played. Looks like I cannot jump high enough onto that. Can I mark the map or something? Minimap editor. That's transparency. I might have to come back here. Oh, what? Oh, that symbol there is B. Pressing B puts a marker on the map. Huh, surprised they don't have anything indicating that. Okay, so let's put a marker here to indicate that we should come back. So apparently we can come back to the tutorial area. Unless I'm missing something that can let me jump high. So we don't have to worry too much about missing things here, since that indicates that we can come back later. So let's just move on. Back down. Can't reach that? There. Airband. Well, it's better. I like the horns way more, though. But we're not playing Fashion Souls yet. Oh, there's a gun. Looks like the gun takes the same slot as the melee weapons. Infinite rounds. Okay, so you have a default infinite rounds, kind of like normal shot in Monster Hunter, and then the better ones, which are finite. So let's save that for bosses. Let's not waste them. How do I get out of here? Where else can I go? Oh, I can go back down there? Oh yeah, forgot about that. Well, this is a Metroidvania, so get ready for a lot of backtracking, guys. That's what you sign up for when it comes to Metroidvanias. But I can't complain when the soundtrack is this good. It makes the backtracking not tedious. Am I going the right way? No, I am not. Wow, already getting lost. Wait, I got another Cerulean Splash? Okay, oh, I guess it doesn't do anything. I was going to say, are these finite? Because why would they be giving me more than one of the same thing? Okay! I'm good. Okay, I go immediately left here. Can't slide there. There. I just realized these aren't dropping health. 3 hits does them in. Need to remember that. Since the, that room down below has a bunch of them. Okay, finally back down here. We don't need to go up. We don't need to go up on the top this time. Can I bait out the attack? Might go by proximity. Yeah, well, I baited out their attack. 1, 2, 3! 3. I think they're about to hit me. Okay, no. Short sword? Okay, that should give us more range. Despite it being called a short sword, still longer than a knife. The startup's a little longer though, so that's the trade-off. Although actually, is that more range than the kick? Let's look. It might be a lot more damage though, I didn't even look at the damage. Yeah, it's a lot more damage. Did I just decapitate that thing? I saw something fly off. Let's get the chest. Sugar. Sugar. More crafting stuff, I suppose. Tattered scarf. Oh yeah, everybody knows that tattered scarves are smarter than regular scarves. Actually, what does mind... Let's look at these stats. Attack and defense, I think, are my effective offense and defense. Whereas, you know, after multiplying for things like my weapon, strength and constitution, I think, would be an attack and defense multiplier. You know, not considering my weapon. Intelligence... So between intelligence and mind, one of them is probably the amount of HP. Oh, or constitution could be HP, while defense is the amount of damage I take. But intelligence and mind, one of them is probably MP, and the other one is probably damage dealt with magic. I'm assuming. And luck might be RNG. Is there... So I guess there could be, you know, RNG drops in this. Oh, I missed that room? Save room. How the heck, though, do I get into this room above me if it doesn't have any sort of doorway? Might be a scripted... You might go in a scripted sequence, maybe. Some trapdoor takes you in or something. Although I don't know of any ships that have trapdoors. Oh, another one of these guys. Whoops. Okay, so it looks like this would be the ideal range. I think he always spins it around his body first. Yeah, and it can't go up there. I guess you do have to get a double jump later and come back. So let me also mark this room. Even though the chest is already... The chest is already signaling that I should go back there, but just to be more specific, me putting this symbol there means... Could mean, like, I know how to get back. I know how to get the chest. What is this enemy? It left the ship. It went into the water. That was annoying. Another cannon. Okay. Oh. So we're near the front of the ship now. That is actually part of the boss. The boss is a giant sea monster. Didn't want to spoil it for you guys, but surprise, surprise, we're fighting a giant sea monster on a ship at sea. This is actually... I should have used my magic there. That would have saved a bunch of HP. See, I like hoarding my MP, but if it comes at the expense of my HP, it's not worth it. But I do like how you can see how it's like a cross-section. It's like the cross-section of the boat right now. You can see outside of the ship. You can see the murky water a bit. You know, it's the little things. It's the little things that make a game feel atmospheric. Claymore. Two-handed. It's probably a lot slower. Oh, this is an overhead swing. Yeah, that has a bigger hitbox, though. This might take some getting used to after using the other weapon. Okay. Oh, he immediately went into that. Maybe if you approach him far away, he does that. Let's see. And if you're close to him, he does the close range swing first. Yeah, I think that's it. I need to stop jumping on it. So what would happen if I was out of MP here? Also, how do I even get to that room below me? The whole area is off limits. Maybe that means that you have to break the wall somewhere or something? Wait, I'm back in here. Oh, I missed something. That just makes a that makes a shortcut for the save room. I guess it's telling us to save right now. Aye, aye, game. Also, I didn't check. I wasn't paying attention. Does saving heal? Yes, it does. New magic. Head flail. Attack by using a Dola hammers. I'm assuming that's the name. That's the name of the enemy. Head as a flail. How do I equip that? Not directional. It is here. I don't remember how to use this. I'm going to have to check again. Oh, condition good. It looks like the condition on these can run out, so maybe they can break. The shards can break, maybe. I don't remember how to use these. Oh, it's X. Pretty fast attack. Always so many buttons to press before you find it. So it looks like I can move it. Ooh, a whip. Now we're talking. Now we're playing Castlevania. It has kind of an awkward... It has a very specific and maybe niche hitbox. It looks like it only attacks low. The startup is kind of long. Let's see if it does more damage than the Claymore. No, let's go with Claymore for now. That is a very brightly colored chest. But it did have a lot of money, so I guess the more obnoxious looking chests mean that they're more valuable. Or the contents are. Barely made that jump. Hold on, I need to look down here first. I think the boss fight might be out there, so let's go back to the other room and do that jump again. Potion. I'd like to do the boss fight without using any potions, of course, but it's not like I have anything to prove. It's only the first playthrough and all. It's a lot of enemies. Nice. Leveling up before the boss. The boss design here is pretty interesting, but I won't describe it because we're about to see it. So there's no need for me to spoil it mere seconds before it's seen. Oh, what? The jump seemed a lot further this time. I guess you have to wait for it to swing more. Didn't realize it swings so far. Yeah, it moves quite a bit. This seems way further than before. Did I get lucky the first time? I don't think it's physics-based. Can you actually get it to move? Let's see. I don't think it's physics-based. I cannot believe I made that jump the first time. That looks like such a big jump to make. Seeing how far it moves without me being on it makes me think it's not physics-based. How did I even make that? That is so far. Oh, maybe I didn't even make it. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Maybe I got to the top and decided not to jump across. That must have been it. Because it doesn't look like there's much of a ledge up there. Wow, I'm just imagining things. Oh, I should definitely put a marker there. Even though, again, it's a room that I haven't gotten to, so it's going to scream my name. It's going to, you know, beckon me anyway, just because I haven't been there. So I don't need the marker, but might as well start making use of the markers. Because when I play Metroidvanias, I like leaving no room unchecked. At least rooms that I'm aware of. Okay, so this is the real last save. I wonder if it's possible to get into this room, but again, it does seem like it is possible to... It does seem like it'll be possible to come back here later on. Once I get a double jump and stuff, so no need to obsess over it yet. Dun dun dun!
So, Sleeping Beauty, you've decided to awaken.
Gebel, tell me you didn't do this. It doesn't make any sense.
How does it not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us?
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies. What I intend to do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam.
Thought he was going to say what I plan to do is much worse.
You're the only one who understands the pain I feel.
thought I'd hear those words from you. I was the one that came to you broken, convinced I was a monster. And you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope. Don't you remember?
A very dramatic scene this is.
Master Gebel, we must return.
That's an enemy design.
Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell. If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen. Come, Gremlin. We're leaving.
That was an exit. Twirls mustache and teleports away. Yeah, this looks way better than how it looked. The boss. This boss looks way better than how it looked originally on the gameplay demo. And also, it showed the direct comparison between the old build and the new build in that one trailer where Igarashi addresses the criticism of how the game looked. But anyway, I wonder if we should start with the gun so we can just kind of shoot it and learn its moves before we get too close. Oh, there is a max range. Smack. Okay, we're going to be close enough anyway. Let's use the gun. Can't hit it. The head is vulnerable. I think that only had a hitbox on the ground where it was splashing. Yeah. What? I got hit twice. Okay. I wonder if that tracks me or if it shoots it at set. There's a lot of stuff to dodge right now. I wonder if those tracks me if it comes out, or if it comes out at a set. You know, if it launches going at a set target. Wonder if I should use a potion already. How many do I have? 3? Guess we can use one for the first try hype. To preserve the first try hype. I did use it, right? Yeah, use. These enemies. Go away. Game lagged for a moment. It looks like there is some landing lag. A little bit of landing lag. A little bit of recovery frames. To attack in the air and land with it. Which makes sense, of course. Well then, there goes the first try hype. I walked into it. We probably got pretty far, though. This is the tutorial boss, after all. Good thing the save point's right by, though. Did it say beastly enemies are resistant to striking attacks? Oh, I didn't even use my magic! I didn't even use my magic on that fight. Forgot about that. How could I forget? Skip cutscene. Might as well as I'm running up to it. Those things actually are hard to dodge. Just because of how nebulous the hitbox is, because it's kind of a murky cloud. Okay, I need to react a lot sooner to that. Keep thinking I have more time to jump. Way too early that time. Okay, the magic does a lot. Okay, mana does have a natural regen. That's good to know. That does a lot. Don't have enough mana yet. Oh, that has a hitbox behind me too. That's nice. Oh, dang. I don't know if I should be using my potions yet. Oh, okay, I forgot I saved with a potion. Keep thinking it's like Devil May Cry. I did not mean to use it. I meant to hold it. Crud. Keep whiffing my magic. Well, we leveled up, so I'm assuming we got her. Obviously, that could be done a lot cleaner, but it is the tutorial boss after all. Thrashing Tentacle. Attack foes with one of Vepar's tentacles. Vepar is from the... Is Vepar from the Ars Goetia? Each boss might be something from the Ars Goetia.
That was the Gebel I know. I will put a stop to all this.
Still getting controller rumble right now. Don't know if that's intentional. And the second title screen. You know it's quite a game when it has 2 title screens. And of course the castle in the background is very reminiscent of the old Castlevania logos. We're here. Okay, we're here. We're here. And we're also here at the end of part 1 because I think that's a pretty good spot to wrap up part 1. That was quite the intro. Very dramatic, very moody. And the controller is still rumbling. Here, I'm going to put it on the mic so you can hear. Yes, you heard the rumble. Okay, so thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like the video, and I will see you in the next part. And don't forget, I stream every week on Twitch, so I have the link to my Twitch channel in the description as well, so you can hang out with me live while I play games. And that is all for part 1, so I will see you in part 2. Thanks for watching.